Welcome to Comic Kick, where you can get your weekly kick of comics. I'm Jacob Knight with the Geek Press, and I'm currently broadcasting to you from the garage where comic book writers get to wrestle for the chance to write for Batman. Second runners up gets to decide which member of the Bat family gets to die next. Third place gets nothing. Sorry, that's how it works at DC. Yara Flor is kind of my favorite character slash concepts slash actual comic book as of this recording come out of DC Future State. In case you need to be reminded, DC Future State is a 2-month period where DC Comics is taking a break from normal continuity to explore different storytelling, to explore different alternate realities and different characters put in different positions with different names. And some of these characters slash names slash concepts that either the editors like well or sell well will continue on to the main universe and be brought into continuity. This is where Yara Flor comes in. Yara Flor is somebody that DC seems extremely confident about, which is kind of cool to see this comic book company be really interested in this character. In fact, even before the comic came out, there was a news story that Greg Berlanti, the head producer in charge of all the Arrowverse shows, Arrow, Batwoman, The Flash, Black Lightning, all those. They have a shoestring budget, they're cheesy, but for the most part, I love them. The point is, there's going to be a Wonder Girl show starring a Yara Flor, which according to an article linked down in the doobly-doo below, Wonder Girl centers on Yara Flor, a Latina dreamer who was born of Amazonian warrior and a Brazilian river god, who learns that she is Wonder Girl. With her newfound power, she must fight evil forces that would seek to destroy the world. Which is kind of exciting because even though this isn't exactly Diana Prince, this is the first live action Wonder Woman show we've had since the 80s, back with the original Wonder Woman show. The Arrowverse shows themselves can really have a varied mix, where sometimes they embrace cheesiness and their lack of budget or lack of resources and try to use that to the best of their advantage. And sometimes it just kind of falls flat on its face and it's just very silly and not an entertaining way. And sometimes it can be hard to watch. Not to discredit any of the work that's put into these shows, because clearly everyone involved is very hardworking and they really care about the projects. But I've had varying opinions on these Arrowverse shows, even though for the most part, I love them. So seeing this, I say, okay, they're coming out with this Wonder Girl show. That's fine, cool, but what are we gonna have to work with? So that's when Future State Wonder Woman came in. If you remember, in one of our first weeks of reviewing Future State back in January, we did a little mini review of Wonder Woman. But now that the first 2 issues are out of the 1 and 2-part series, let's just look over the story really quickly. The writer and main artist is Joelle Jones, with colors by Jordi Belair and Clayton Cowles doing the letters. This whole story is very detached from anything DC, so you don't particularly have to know anything about Wonder Woman or her mythology to enjoy it, but if you do, it'll really enrich the experience. I'm not going to spoil it. I would immediately say pick up the comic if you're interested, and even if you're not a comic book reader, the covers are really fun and interesting, so it would make a good coffee table book, so you can just leave it there. But the point is, this is about Wonder Woman, who's going down to the depths of Hades to rescue one of her sisters who was killed in combat. You see her as she explores one of the deities of her culture, as she reaches the river Styx, and how she interacts with different gods, and how she ultimately tries to save her fallen comrade. I'm not going to really go into deeper of the story, but the point is, I thought the concept was really well executed. I had a lot of fun. The art was gorgeous, and that entire team did a really good job making this comprehensive story that really delivers the character of Yara Flor, her movement, her actions, the possible stories she might get into, as well as what her place could be in the DC universe. There is sort of this thematic hint that now it's time for you to leave, Yara Flor, it's time for you to leave and show the world who you are as one of its champions. So maybe, since DC Future State isn't technically canon, it's all just, So since DC Future State, its canonicity is weird, it's all canon yet none of it, when she's introduced in the show, they'll have that to work with. But not only that to work with, because recently, drumroll please, they announced that Yara Flor is going to get her own ongoing series. And this book itself is actually carrying on the writer slash artist that was on that Wonder Woman book onto this ongoing series, which is, I think, is a really good choice, because across the board, I think the reactions to Yara Flor in her Wonder Woman book have been mostly from moderately fine with her to fantastic. Where in other books that she's appeared, such as Justice League and Superman slash Wonder Woman, the reactions have been less than positive. Like, if I had to get those three and say which of those representations of Yara Flor I'd like, I would say it is Wonder Woman. Which is kind of funny because OG Wonder Woman Diana Prince already has like 2 other Wonder Girls, that being Donna Troy and Cassie Sandsmark. So I'm kind of down for Wonder Woman just having multiple Wonder Girls, a la Batman and Robin. So you know what I mean? Just multiple sidekicks. You know what? Superman has like 2, there's like 2 Superboys out there right now. Let's embrace the sidekicks. I love sidekicks. They can always change, whereas their kind of mentors kind of have to stay within the certain confines of what they represent. So I'm always down for more sidekicks. Give me more. Let's see them grow up and change. Well, not grow up like Jonathan Kent. We don't talk about Jonathan Kent. What happened to him? It hurts. It hurts too much. But focusing back onto our Wonder Woman discussion, I kind of labeled this as a video as a kind of a trolling, like Wonder Woman hype train, but I am fully on board. I am really excited. I think if the character seems interesting to you, I think you should totally grab it. So the hype train's leaving. If you want to jump on it with me, I'll be in the back in the caboose. I have pineapple pizza, chilaquiles, and Dr. Pepper mead and water, and I have a whole party. We're just having fun. We're on the train, we're going choo choo, and we're taking pictures, and we're just being really dumb. I want to mention, I tried getting the comic. This is the second printing of the first issue. And even though my camera's background, yeah, I know you guys noticed that my camera's flipped. I'm sorry, we don't have like DSLR camera money. Look at this girl, look at this girl. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying safe and sound. I am Jacob Knight with the Geek Press, and I hope you come back next time for another kick of comics. See you later.